there, welcome to Story Time at Wonderspaced. Today, we're going to be reading Kofi and the Sack of Sticky Feathers, written by Nana Ama Buckman and illustrated by Fanny Binder. Let's get reading. Kofi Opoku lives in Boutique Rome with his parents and little sister Foriwa. The Opoku family live next door to Mama Caro, who has a small chicken coop and sometimes gives her neighbors some of her eggs. The first week of Kofi's long vacation, Mama Caro slipped and fell, hurting her left ankle. She couldn't walk properly and needed someone to help her with the chicken coop. Kofi's mother had been dreading her son's long vacation because Kofi was such a naughty boy. There was no telling what he could get up to. No matter how much she and her husband tried, Kofi did not change. She did not want him to use all his free time playing and causing trouble. So she decided that he would go next door to Mama Caro's house every day to help with the chicken coop. Kofi was not happy with this new arrangement. There was no fun in cleaning the smelly chicken coop. He would rather be playing football or chase Ejak Owusu's goats. He started to think of a way to play some mischief and come up with a very naughty plan. Every day, Kofi was supposed to give the hens clean water, some corn, and collect any eggs that had been laid. He did all that he needed to do, but whenever Mama Caro hobbled into the house, Kofi quickly collected the feathers that had fallen from the chickens into a large brown sack. After about 2 weeks, he had enough feathers to put his plan into action. He carried the large sack to the back of his house, slipped past his mother, who was busy singing and hanging clothes on the line, and crept to the old shed where the family stored their farm tools and some other things. He spotted some carpenter's glue in a tin on the shelf and opened it. Kofi carefully dipped a bunch of feathers in the glue and put them back in the sack. He was very quick, as he didn't want the glue to dry quickly or his plan would not work. He did this until all the feathers were covered in sticky glue. Kofi checked his watch and realized that it was almost 5 p.m. He needed to hurry or all his hard work would be for nothing. He poked his head out of the shed door to find that his mother had gone back into the house. Grabbing the sack and stuffing some thin bits of rope into his pocket, he slipped out of the rusty front gate and made his way to the big tree at the end of the school park. The target of his mischievous plan, Mama Adwa, took a walk every weekday at 4:30 p.m. At about 5 p.m., she always rested on the bench under the big tree. Kofi had decided to play a trick on Mama Adwa. She had reported him to his father for stealing oranges from her orange trees. His father made him weed Mama Adwa's farm right after school for 2 weeks and also banned him from playing football for a week after he was done weeding. Kofi was very angry at this punishment and thought it was very unfair. He had only taken a few oranges. Kofi arrived at the school park and to his relief, nobody was around. He quickly made his way to the big tree, tied the sack to his back with a bit of rope and climbed up. The sack was light and he had climbed the big tree so many times that it was not difficult at all. When Kofi reached a branch right above the bench, he carefully untied the rope, settled the sack next to him, and began to look out for Mama Adwa. He did not have to wait too long. He heard her huffing and puffing before he saw her large body make its way slowly towards the bench. He quickly tied the sack to the branch and took out a small blade he always kept in his pocket. She finally sat down with a loud thump and began to complain about how tired she was feeling. "I don't know why I always take these walks. My legs are aching. I need someone to massage my feet," she lamented. As Mama Adwoa tried to catch her breath, Kofi, stifling his giggles, cut the side of the sack, emptying it right above her head. The sticky feathers landed in her hair and all over her red dress. She jumped and screamed in horror. Kofi scrambled down the tree and ran laughing out of arm's reach. He knew she would not be able to chase him, so he began to point and laugh at her. "You look like a big chicken, a big fat chicken," he teased. "I knew it was you, Kofi Opoku. I will tell your parents about this. I will beat you myself, you naughty boy. Wait and let me catch you," she screamed. Kofi continued to taunt and tease her, but when she began to make her way towards him, he ran all the way home. He slipped into his house without his mother seeing him and was trying to get some of the feathers stuck on his hands off when he heard the pounding and shouting of Mama Adwoa at the front door. The pounding could be heard through the house. Boom, boom, boom. Looking around, he quickly decided to hide under his bed, hoping he would not be found. He could hear his mother rushing to see who was at the door. Mrs. Opoku nearly fainted when she opened the door to find Mama Adwoa covered in feathers. She was such a scary sight. "Where is Kofi? Where is your son?" Mama Adwoa shouted. "Mama Adwoa, what happened to you? Do you need some help?" Mrs. Opoku replied timidly. "Mrs. Opoku, where is your son?" Mama Adwoa asked again, her face turning red. With that, Mama Adwoa brushed past Kofi's mother and went straight to Kofi's room. Unfortunately for Kofi, the ends of his feet were sticking from under the bed. Mama Adwoa spotted him instantly. She knelt down, held his feet, and pulled him from under the bed. "I'm sorry," Kofi cried. "I will not do that again. Please, stop beating me." Kofi Opoku, why are you such a naughty boy?" his mother added. The beating did not stop, and Kofi's wailing could be heard as far back as Eja Owusu's house at the end of the road. He promised to be a good boy, and for a long time after that, he refused to eat anything that had feathers, especially chicken. The end. Kofi promises to be a good boy for as long as possible. We hope that lasts. Do you think he'll be able to manage? Join us next time on Storytime at Wonderspace. Bye!